Welcome to a slightly different episode of Sneak Peeks. Now, normally when I do these films, we've been given exclusive access to a car, and I walk around in a studio or a private enclosure and give you all the details. But this time, this car is so new that we only received the details about it a few hours before the official embargo lifted. But it is so important, we felt it was something that we had to tell you all about as soon as we could. So, welcome to my home. Welcome to the all-new Polestar 3, and as always, welcome to AutoEV. Now, before we go on to this week's edition of Sneak Peeks, and of course the details of the new Polestar 3, it is of course that time where I ask you to make sure that you are subscribed to the AutoEV channel. And once you've done that, make sure you press the little bell button that's down below, because then you'll be notified of when our next video goes live. After you've watched it, if you enjoy it, make sure you give it a thumbs up and leave us some comments down below, good or bad. Let us know how we're doing and let us know what your thoughts are on the new Polestar 3. Now, up until now, Polestar I've only really given us two production models, the very exclusive hybrid-only GT Coupe, the Polestar 1, and the Tesla Model 3 rivaling Polestar 2, our favourite car in that particular sector. They have, however, shown us a couple of concept cars, the Precept and the O2 Roadster, and the company say these will go into production in the future as the Polestar 5 and Polestar 6, respectively. Well, this time, this is no concept car. This is the third production model from the company. And of course, they've given it the rather imaginatively titled name of the Polestar 3. Now, obviously, it's a premium SUV and it's coming into the sector to compete with the likes of the Audi e-tron and the new Mercedes-Benz EQE SUV and, of course, BMW's iX. It's also going to be the first Polestar that is built not just at its manufacturing plant in China, but also a new manufacturing plant that the company have in the USA, and that's going to be distributed across that country and other certain markets. What can we expect from it? Well, it's time to take a closer look at it and give you more of the details of the new Polestar 3. When Polestar first came onto the scene, the Volvo bloodline was very evident. And that isn't a criticism, because I happen to think that Volvo makes some of the very best looking cars in their respective classes. But it was clear that that's where the DNA actually was. But with the Precept concept car and then the O2 Roadster, we started to see the company develop its own signature style. And the Polestar 3 is the first production model where that shift has really taken place. The old signature Thor's hammer headlights are now split into what Polestar call dual blade headlights, and you get this very distinctive front aero wing integrated into the bonnet to direct airflow. Now, aerodynamic optimization is a key factor on the new Polestar 3, and there's another wing at the back and aero blades all around the car, and that's going to help it to contribute to its 0.29 CD drag coefficient. One thing that does seem quite evident, certainly from these initial images, is that the ride height seems quite high for good ground clearance, and 21-inch alloy wheels are fitted as standard. The platform is all new, it's electric only, and it has been developed with and therefore will be shared with Volvo's all-electric SUVs that are coming out. The car has a wide and powerful stance, and at the rear, the distinctive Polestar tail lamp signature has yet again been evolved into something quite new. It's a very clean and very distinctive look for this sector of the market, and it shows Polestar to be yet again going straight to the top of the class when it comes to design, especially when you compare it with the big three from Germany. Now, to give you an idea of the Polestar 3's size, it's only 1mm shorter than Audi's e-tron at 4,900mm, so just under the 5-metre length. But its wheelbase is much longer at 2,985mm as opposed to the Audi's 2,928. Now, this should give the 5-seater Polestar good interior space, especially with a dedicated EV platform that it sits on. It's lower by 15mm but wider by quite a substantial 185mm. In the boot, luggage capacity is below that of the BMW iX at just 484 litres, although it does have an additional 32 litres of storage at the front underneath the bonnet, which of course the BMW doesn't offer. It will also offer a towing capacity of up to 2,200 kilos braked, as well as a 100 kilograms limit of roof carrying capacity. Now, like the exterior, the interior shows a new generation of Polestar design. It has a centrally mounted 14.5-inch portrait infotainment screen, and that's powered by a next generation Snapdragon cockpit platform from Qualcomm Technologies. And like the Polestar 2 before it, it's been developed in conjunction with Google. It's a very high definition display, and it'll offer a comprehensive set of open and scalable cloud connected automotive platforms. Now, according to the company, these will provide an immersive experience with premium sound quality and seamless connectivity throughout the vehicle. A smaller display is mounted in front of the driver, and the car features 2 closed-loop camera monitoring systems which will enable it to track the driver's eye movement, and that will be able to trigger warning messages, sounds, or even a full emergency stop function if they detect a distracted or a drowsy driver. Now, another innovation is the use of interior movement sensors that can detect sub-millimetre movements inside the car, and that will help protect against leaving children or pets in the car, and that's linked to the climate control system, which will then switch it on to avoid heat stroke or hypothermia. Now, of course, being part of Volvo means that safety has taken a very prominent role in this car's development, as has sustainability, because again it appears Polestar are going to lead the way here. All the materials inside the Polestar 3 have been selected for the sustainability credentials, from bio-attributed microtech to animal welfare certified leather and fully traceable wool upholsteries. Now, interestingly, Polestar's commitment to transparency on its manufacturing emissions and material impact mean that a complete life cycle assessment will be completed on the car when production begins, and then subsequent assessments will be carried out throughout its life cycle with the aim of reducing the carbon footprint during production. All cars will come with air suspension as standard, as well as a full-length glass panoramic roof, LED lighting inside and out, and for the first year of production, the Plus Pack and Pilot Pack, including a whopping 25-speaker audio system from Bowers & Wilkins, will all be fitted as standard. The battery fitted has a gross capacity of 111 kilowatt hours, giving an indicated 379 miles of range on the WLTP scale. It will take charging speeds up to 250 kilowatts DC and 11 kilowatts AC. No charging times have yet been released by Polestar. A heat pump will be fitted as standard, as will bi-directional charging, enabling a vehicle to grid or plug and charge scenario. Now, the Polestar 3 features dual motors as standard with the power biased towards the rear, although under certain circumstances the rear one can be decoupled, allowing just the front one to power the car for greater efficiency. As standard, the car produces 489 brake horsepower with 840 Newton meters of torque, although you can specify it with an optional performance pack to elevate those figures to 517 brake horsepower and 910 Newton meters of torque. 0 to 60 mile an hour sprint is 5 seconds as standard, and the performance pack will drop that down to 4.7 seconds when it's fitted. Now, as I mentioned, air suspension standard with double wishbones at the front and integral link rear axle at the rear. Brembo provide the brakes with 4 piston calipers along with 400mm drilled and ventilated discs at the front, with a single piston caliper and 390mm ventilated discs at the rear. It's also worth mentioning that the car features 5 radar modules, 5 external cameras and 12 external ultrasonic sensors to support numerous safety features. Now, later in production there will be an option of something called the Pilot Pack with LiDAR, which adds an additional control unit, 3 cameras and 4 sensors to give accurate real-time information about the car's surroundings in greater detail, and it will help prepare the car for a future that could have autonomous driving. Now, the indicated price when the car comes to the UK has been set at around about £79,900, with the performance pack adding £5,600 to that figure. As I mentioned, for the first year of production, the car will come fitted with both the Pilot Pack and Plus Pack as standard. So standard equipment levels are high, meaning the car is priced very much in line with its competitors in the marketplace. And those competitors are the aforementioned Audi e-tron, Mercedes' forthcoming EQE SUV, and BMW's iX. Jaguar's excellent I-Pace continues as the driver's choice of the SUV for us, and perhaps even the like of Porsche's Taycan and Cross Turismo guys could also be included. Well, one thing's for sure, however, with the dominance of the SUV in this market, there's going to be no shortage of competitors for the Polestar 3. Now, our final verdict on the car will of course have to wait until we've seen it and we've driven it. But if it's anything like what we've already seen from the company, then early indications are looking good. But what sets Polestar apart in our eyes is its focus not just on the product, but its attitude towards sustainability, the environment, safety and whole life costs. Now couple all of that with great design, desirability and cars that are really rather good to drive, and you can see why the Polestar 3 will do nothing but continue that trajectory of success. Thank you for watching this slightly different episode of Sneak Peeks. As always, as I say, make sure you are subscribed to the AutoEV channel, pressing the little bell button down below to make sure you receive notification of when our next video goes live. Remember, we're across all social media platforms as well, so Instagram, Facebook, Twitter and LinkedIn, so please give us a follow there. If you've liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and leave us some comments. Let us know your thoughts on the channel and of course the product that we've been reviewing. And if you are just desperate for even more of a silly old Scotsman talking about electric cars, then please stick on our YouTube channel where there's now well over 100 videos. Road test reviews, more sneak peek reviews, van reviews, and now of course motorbike reviews. Thank you once again for watching, thank you for supporting the channel, and as always, we'll see you again soon. So, you've watched our video. It's now my job to tell you to like and subscribe and press the little bell button to receive notification of when our next video is uploaded.